My name is Carlos Camarena, and I currently work for the state of California at Cal OES Fire Rescue as a Deputy Chief of Mobilization and Intel. In July of 2022, I went to a annual medical physical with my primary care physician, and obviously got the blood work done. My doctor elected to have me do a second PSA test a month later. It was actually still elevated, and he set me an appointment up for an oncologist, and then it was downhill from there. I was diagnosed with low-grade prostate cancer. When I was told my PSA was elevated, it had been over a month or so before I saw the oncologist for the actual results. So for that month, it was kind of hard for me. Well, I can tell you, for the first month, did my biopsy, did some other tests. So for a month I didn't see my doctor, so there was a lot of the unknowns in my head of, do I have prostate cancer or do not? I still didn't know, but it was the mindset of like, what am I going to do now? I mean, am I going to die? So basically for a whole month, it was a lot of mixed emotions between my family, and like I said, a month felt like a year. I eventually went to the oncologist and, just straight out told me, hey, you got prostate cancer. Well, when I got diagnosed with prostate cancer, my wife was in the room with me, and, I put my head between my legs and just kind of grabbed my composure for a second. And then he turned around and looked at me and says, hey, it's going to be okay. Your prognosis is good. However, when you're told cancer, it's one of those things where, it's like you always think of the impending doom. You always think of that person that has cancer that died, and you're like, oh my God, I want to be that. But having that doctor reassurance was good, but the family support was awesome. But yes, for the first few weeks, it was definitely something that we were trying to get acclimated to. You know what, it's the funny thing is, one of my good friends, Scott Genie, is part of the Firefighter Cancer Network. Got in touch with him. It was awesome, direct connect. I told him what my prognosis was, and Scott immediately sent me a large tote with folders and information. And then Scott also put me in touch with mentors. I was able to talk to 3 different individuals, all working for California fire departments, and each of them had they had some type of prostate cancer. Some of them had prostate cancers, their prostate removed totally. Others just went through radiation and chemotherapy, but it was a great help mentally, psychologically. Was great, and can't stress enough the importance of the Firefighter Cancer Network. For those young firefighters out there, yeah, you know what? Back in the day, old school, it was really proud to have your turnouts dirty, your helmet dirty. You didn't wash anything because those are your battle scars, and those are your basically your background to those people that, hey, look at me, I'm a badass firefighter. Can't stress it enough. Clean your gear, clean cab concept, and the biggest thing is getting your annual physical done. A lot of agencies like Camp Pendleton, the federal government, they require you to do an annual physical for NFP 1500 for your job. There's other agencies that do that, but there's other agencies in the state that don't require you to do a medical. Can't stress it enough. Your medical insurance, it would surprise me and shock me if it doesn't cover an annual physical. Go get your annual physical and make sure that you get your labs done, and ask for that PSA test. Make sure that PSA test is being read, and make sure that the doctor that you have understands the PSA test. There's no doubt that it can save your life.